Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. And guys, as you can see, I have a guest in the house. Uh yeah, she's gonna introduce herself, but before that, if you're new here today, please consider subscribing to this channel and also make sure you watch this video to the end. It's gonna be my guest today will give us good information, and this will be so educative. And yeah, we're gonna learn a thing or two. If you're planning or if you have a dream of going to Australia to study, this video is for you. And if you have somebody you know for sure this video can help, you can listen to this video, share the information, or and then share the video with them as well. So asante sana, karibu Susan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Betty. Thank you for having me. My
I am
pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you here today.
Yeah.
And my apologies because last time we tried to come online and oh, Betty again with her internet and it didn't work.
Yeah, I know things do happen, but I'm always here and I can always do this for you. So thank you so much. And today we have good internet.
Oh,
How
oh
good
my!
is that?
Let's cross our fingers, and if I can see some people are joining. If you can see us, and let us know how the internet is today. Can you see us good? I see some people are joining. So yeah, welcome. Please tell us who you are and where you come from and where you are based right now.
So thank you so much to all my viewers. And before that, thank you so much, Betty, for having me. Again, I'm so grateful. And my name is Susan Ealing or Susan Jogo before I was married. Yeah, I'm a content creator. This is my YouTube channel. And I am based here in Australia, especially in Adelaide. And I'm from Kenya, from Nakuru County from Elbagon, like Elbagon in Nakuru County. Yeah.
Oh, oh, nice, nice, nice. And I see Mercy telling us the internet is good. Wow. What's so good in Nakuru?
Well, I have heard stories of people saying that, like Elbagon specific, atenekwa waru. So sijui tunakuwa tumehanda waru ngapi, I always
Yeah.
hear people say, oh, Elbagon kwa waru. Yeah, I think we are good people for agricultural, but yeah, Nakuru, I know it's a big city among the big city in Kenya, and it's so beautiful. I wish
Yeah.
everyone can go there and also visit Nakuru. But yeah, it's good, and also Elbagon, it's a nice place, good weather.
Oh, so yeah, Nakuru people are bargain. And how about Adelaide? Is it Adelaide where you are?
Yeah, I'm based in Adelaide,
Mm,
but my state is South Australia,
mm.
and in Australia, because Australia is a country. My state is South Australia, but my city is Adelaide. And right now we just started spring weather. We just finished the winter weather, and
Mm.
now we are enjoying the nice weather. So far,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, Adelaide is a very good place. People should actually consider coming here.
What do you mean winter? Was it winter there?
Yeah, we just finished winter for the last 3 months.
Oh, that's
So
weird
we
because
just started. Yeah, sorry.
that I said that's weird because we were in the summer. Now we are going to winter.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck for that. As we just finished the other day, spring usually starts on 1st of September, and
Ah.
today we are on 3rd of September. I don't know, but I know you are behind where you are, Betty.
Yeah, how many you guys are 16 hours ahead of us, or how many hours?
Yeah, we are especially in Adelaide because even another state they have different hours compared to Adelaide. But I think with Arizona we are 16 hours and a half ahead. So
What?
already today we are Friday. We are Friday and right now ni 1:06 saa saba za mchana. So after this I think I will be very hungry to have my lunch.
Wow,
And
and
you'll be
here
sleeping.
here it's 8:36 p.m. and we are
Wow.
still, this is Thursday. We are not yet Friday yet.
Wow. What a world. Different
Yeah.
corners of the world, eh?
Other two, the Niger other two. Dunia ni mbili.
Yeah, then they get it. I know this
Dunia ni
hours.
mbili.
Well,
Yeah,
but it
so
is all good.
yeah, oh good. Oh, thank you guys for. I can see people joining. MGM from Seattle, yay! Karibu sana, my brother and Marcy there. So yeah, welcome guys. I hope I hope more people will come in and listen to this, or they can watch this later. So Susie, what brought you to or what made you to relocate to Australia?
Well, I'll start by saying I grew up knowing Australia is a milk of land and honey.
Yeah.
So, sure, it is. Everyone wants to go to Maju. And
Yes.
yeah, I was just this young girl straight from high school,
Mm,
and my sister was already here. She lives in Melbourne, and she
mm,
was really inspiring me to always work hard so that you come to Australia. And for
yeah.
sure, I was really working so hard in high school so that you get those good grades and you come to
Yeah.
Australia. So I'll say it is dream. I had a
Yeah.
dream and a passion to come to Australia, and I did it. Now it's been 7 years
Oh,
down the
you've been there
line.
7 years now?
Yeah, straight from high school. I finished my
How?
high school in 2012. So I came here when I was a bit young.
Oh, you're still young. You're very young.
Yeah, I am not that very young, but yeah, I would say I was that young girl straight from high school, young and innocent, naive. As you see, that I
You
came
know,
here and kuchanukat.
I finished high school in was it 2001? I can't even remember. It's been years. I'm old. I
Ah,
can be your auntie.
Come on, no, you're my older sister. I believe we are in the same age gap. Yeah, that really, yeah, hapo. Sijui
Eh?
walikuwa wanaziita, that age group where, oyo mashiarane, you don't know, moshiaro. That's how we say it in Kikuyu. Moya moshiaro na sister yako.
Oh, MGM is laughing and saying 2012 high school. MGM, when did you finish your high school? Carol Kiget, when did you finish your high school? Marcy Tasha, when did you finish? Nelly, when did you finish your high school?
I know.
They can share because this lady here, she finished 2012. Wow, wow, that's good. So after high school, did you have apart from your sister, did you have a dream of studying abroad or?
Yes,
Mm-hmm,
yes, I did, because our neighbor,
mm,
who still our neighbor back in our Geshagi, they
mm,
were this big family who I used to hear ati
mm,
mwanake wake ageire
mm.
green card agithie murimo. That's how I
Speaking
grew
in,
up hearing. Yes, I
yeah,
would always hear as they say, oh, that family, one of their big brother went to US, or like on a green card. And I used to think, what is that? And when they
yeah,
would come, to visit later, like in December holidays, and I would hear, those family, they have come from abroad. And I used to think, wow, so where is that? Then they would say, you see, even your sister usually come. And I was like, wow, I really want now to go. And I was really working so hard to come here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
hard. Yeah, so that's how I would say that was also another inspiration apart from my sister.
Mm,
I feel that was really driving me to feel I should really go abroad as well. It's a milk of
yeah.
land and honey.
And you
Yes.
went for it. That is so good. So what are the steps, for how did you find a school there?
So maybe my case can be a little bit maybe easier, but again, I will explain to people how to go about that. So the way I found my school is because my sister, she was here. Again, I said, she had been here for quite some times. The school she went, it is the same school she wanted me to come. So
Okay.
she was like, this college, it's very good, and you can always come and study here. So that's
Um,
how I think my sister was making it a little bit easier. But I would
okay.
also say, if you look for an immigration agent,
Yeah.
even Google
Yeah.
has become one of the easiest way to always find your way around
Yeah.
things. If you want to come here to Australia, sometimes even if you don't have any knowledge,
Mm.
just if you can access YouTube here, I'm quite sure you can Google
Yeah.
schools in Australia. That is one way
Yeah.
you can find school. And
Mm.
every school, when you go to their website, they have, it's a matter of you familiarize with that, their website. You will
Yeah.
see enrollment section, you will see requirement, and
Mm.
they're always very specific, onshore and offshore. So
Yeah.
onshore, it is people like we who we are in Australia.
Okay.
Offshore, there are people outside that country. And this is not
Okay.
only for Australia. I believe it's also for other countries like
Yeah.
Canada, US. When you go to onshore, when you go, sorry, to offshore, you would find all the requirement. If you
Yeah.
want a certain course, click that course. They will ask you, are you currently in Australia? You would say
Okay.
no. Then they will give you all the steps. All the steps.
Okay.
They will tell you, for you to enroll or to be accepted in this course, you need first to have English test,
Yeah.
and we need an English test of
Mm.
this band score, because they are band score of 9.
Yeah.
So if maybe you're doing a bachelor in nursing, they will ask you, we need you to pass an English test, which I will explain what that English test is.
Yeah.
And we need you to get 7 over 7, like 7 and above.
Okay.
So the way you get to know that English, they will tell you this English is called like this. Again, Google, because sometimes not everyone can have agent, and sometimes this agent in Kenya, even
Mm.
for consultation, they can charge you money. And if you
Yeah.
just want to have information and you feel you're not ready to pay that, do
Yeah.
it. Run, just go. Learn
Yeah.
everything on the website. That English test is called Ielts. Ielts,
Okay.
it's a test of 4 skills:
Mm.
listening,
Mm.
speaking, writing, and reading. That's what
Yeah.
they test you, because the moment you're coming here in Australia, you are considered as an international student. You
Right.
don't come here as a local, you come here as an international student. So they
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure when
Mm-hmm.
you come, you are fully able to listen, to understand, because you're coming to school. And
Yeah.
if you can't hear the Australian accent, hiyo kizungu yenye inakuwa imefinywa, they want you to understand, because they don't want you
Yeah.
to come here and don't do well in your academic.
Yeah.
So that IELTS, you can go to website, and there are always so many materials there, so many materials. I'm
Okay.
speaking this for those people who can't afford to
Yeah.
have an immigration agent. But if you have an agent, the
Mm.
agent will direct you. They will
Mm.
tell you, do you want they will look for school for you, one
Yeah.
thing,
Mm.
and they can look for whatever course, because not all universities, they do every course.
Yes.
There is some they specialize only for health, and these others
Yeah.
for
Mm.
engineering. So if you come and you say, I want to go to Australia and study, like to be a registered nurse,
Mm.
now they will look for those university that
Yeah.
have
Okay.
those vacancies.
Yeah.
Then the agent will direct you step by step. You need
Yes.
first to do English, you need an English of 7, and they will tell you this is the running material, because
Yeah.
you need to first exercise that. You need to practice that English. It
Yeah.
is not hard, it is not easy. But
Yeah.
considering it is the first time you're listening and you're like, amesema nini, you don't want to
Yeah.
be surprised when you go to the main exam, because that exam you pay it at Upper Hill in Nairobi, and you paid for, when I was doing it, it was 18,000. So I don't know if
Wow.
by now they have increased the price, but yes, you'll even find, when you Google, you'll find the price there. So the
Yeah.
agent can always help you in every way you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you read what Real Life Abroad said over there? Can you see that?
I used an agent. When you have information, it will be hard for an agent to mislead you. Otherwise, you can do the process by yourself. If if okay, if you have a good IQ, good job, Betty and Princess. Oh, yes. So this is what Real Life Abroad is saying. If you have information,
Yeah.
the agent can't mislead you.
Yeah.
How? Akiona wewe ni mjanja, when they see you know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
then it is very easy, because sometimes, like for me, I will allow me to go a bit on how I came to find my agent. So when I was doing that exam, the lady who we met then, we were having a chat. She was, her husband, they have a family business who they are immigration agent,
Yeah.
practicing for about 10 years. So
Yes.
my sister at the moment, she was just laying some basic foundation, so
Yeah.
that before we see the immigration agent,
Uh-huh.
then we already have information. So
Yeah.
even when I was already having this English test,
Mm.
when she told me the husband and her sisters, they are immigration agent and they can help me process, I was already having information, and I presented them what I have already gathered before. So the only
Oh.
thing we needed from them was just for us to put the application for us, you see.
Okay.
But Real Life
Okay.
Abroad said you can do it yourself. Well, it is okay if you, again, he said, oh, sorry, I don't know if it's a he or a she, but Real
Is
Life
he?
Abroad said, oh, okay.
He's actually a YouTuber. I'm gonna share his link. He's a YouTuber in Australia, so you can look him up. I'll share you.
Ah,
I was actually watching his video, and he talked about some of the. I think he was interviewing an agent in Nairobi. Was it an agent in Nairobi? Real Life Abroad. You can share with us the agents for us to share with our people here. Yeah,
yes,
he's in
yeah, that
Australia.
is so good. That is so good. I will actually check on him, and also he can come on my YouTube and see. I just started YouTube recently, but I have few videos you can check. But all this information I'll also be sharing on my YouTube as I go. So
Okay.
as he said, if you
Uh-huh.
have good IQ,
Mhm.
you can do it yourself. It is
Yes.
okay, but I always say, if you're not sure of something, don't just always be a risk taker, because if you lose money for something
Yeah.
that you are not sure, let me tell
Mm.
you, it is the same money you'd have paid that agent. So if you can do it
Mm.
yourself, or you get
Yeah.
someone to help you, the
Mm.
better. You will save an extra coin. But if
That's
you're
true.
not confident of an application,
Mm.
always consult. Always find the right people to give you a good consultation for what you're needed. You don't want
Okay.
to be surprised.
Okay. So after you did the when you after you did the Ielts, that's when you went for the visa. You applied for the visa, or you applied before. How does it go with the visa process, and how long does it take?
So, first thing, before you even do that exam, I
Mhm.
believe the first thing, first of all, first prepare yourself psychologically,
Yeah.
mentally, and also physically. It is very, very important, because the moment you're already starting to say you're going abroad,
Mm.
it is something you have to start preparing. And
Yeah.
financially, you need to be very okay, because every application
Mm.
or every process, it involves money.
True.
So if you're going for that exam, then you're told 18,000. I don't know at the moment. You don't want to feel like you are not prepared for that money or anything. So first
Yeah.
get yourself prepared
Mm.
psychologically, physically, mentally, and financially. Then
Yes.
you can start by as simple as first take a passport, have
Yeah.
it ready, because when you go to do that exam, they will ask you for proof of identification.
Uh,
And it is okay, you can use ID at the moment, but
mm,
it's always good when you're using your passport, but you
mm,
can use either, because either way, they will have to put your passport number or your ID number there. So
yeah.
once you have passport, this is according to me, how I
Mm,
prepared. I had the passport. Then I went and practiced for that English for about 3 months because I wasn't really sure what it entailed. I used to hear things and I'm being told to do this and this. So take your time. First, prepare yourself very, very adequately for that exam. Have as many listening skills as you can.
okay.
Materials, they are always there online, and some of them are even free. So the
Mm,
moment you feel you're very, very okay to sit for that exam, go to the British Council at Nairobi Upper Hill, go
mm,
and apply and book. You need to book about maybe 2 weeks in advance for that exam. So the moment
mm,
you get your confirmation for the date of that, go and do that exam.
mm,
Now you
mm,
will already, your agent or your course, you'll know if you have passed or not. If you
mm,
get below the point of entry requirement for
mm.
that course, just know you can't go through, because
Yeah.
you will be using that exam's result to send to
Mm,
your school.
yeah.
So the moment you pass your English, that's when now you can contact your school as an application, like you want
Okay.
now to join
Okay.
the university or college.
Yeah.
And the first thing they always ask you, do
Mm,
you have this English test, English results for this? And there you go, you already have it. You're like,
yeah.
yes, I can produce, I have it. Then
So
they
you're
will give you
prepared.
yes, you're
Mm,
prepared. Then they
mm,
will give you the letter offer, because that is
yeah.
the first thing you get. You get your letter offer that
Yeah.
states you have been accepted in
Mm,
that school. They are now ready. They
yeah.
feel you have met the requirement and you are good to go. When you
Mm,
get that letter offer, then they will give you the fee structure for that course. Remember, you
okay.
have already chosen the course that you want.
Yeah.
Whether you are doing a diploma, a bachelor, PhD, master, they will give you the fee structure. So
Yeah.
you already have the fee structure. You now need to look for bank statement. The bank
Okay.
statement comes where it tells you, for you to be in Australia for this course, maybe a bachelor takes 3 years. They will tell you, we need to make sure that the bank statement is more of school, but it's more of the immigration, because
Yeah.
now that's where the immigration come and they are like, okay, fair enough, we can see you have this letter offer and confirmation of enrollment. It's called
Mm,
COE. It's
mm,
confirmation of enrollment.
mm,
Now we want to see that you have enough money to sustain you while you are in Australia. Now
yeah.
that is the bank statement they ask you. A lot of people, they get stuck there, because when you're being told we need a bank statement of maybe 3 million Kenyan shilling, you're like, I wasn't ready for this. How
Yeah.
I can't do this. I
Yeah.
know bank statement is a very, very challenging, uh, is a very, very challenging thing when it comes
Mm,
to visa application, because without that, you can apply for your visa. Like if the
yeah.
immigration require that, because not everything may need bank statement. Again, it's all depend every application with what you're doing. Not
Okay.
everything may ask you, we need bank statement. No, it is, I'm saying a bank statement of when the immigration have asked you to produce one for your application. So the agent will tell you that we need a bank statement of 3.5 million for this. The reason they say that, they don't come up with that figure comes every year as a resident in a certain country. This is how much they estimate the cost of living in that country. So that is what specific bank statement is. It is the cost of living for an individual. So the more you have more applicants on your application, the higher the bank statement it can go. The more you have a bigger course with very big fee structure, then the more. So it all depends case to case.
Okay.
One thing, this bank statement come from, and I believe it's from immediate family, because they want to see these are the people the immigration are trusting for them to support you come here. In my case, my sister was here, so she produced one for us. But even if my parents wanted, they could. If my brother and sister, they could do it, they could. So this bank statement comes from the closest family member. But again, I have had people, in case you don't have siblings, maybe you're the only child, it is okay. You can state that either you're the only child, and you can go maybe to your uncle or someone who is close, and you can ask them, can you support me to go, to produce this bank statement? So one thing, bank statement, it has to be very, very clear, because if it's not, even if I believe it is coming from your immediate family, they have to sign something called affidavit. That is a legal way of declaring that you are fully responsible of this person to sponsor you. So not everyone wants to be legally, knowing that if you go there and you can't pay your fees, and you already produced a bank statement here with good amount of money, then the immigration go, hang on, this is not true. This is not genuine. Something is not right there. And one thing I would also advise my viewers, please, in every application you do, make sure it is as most genuine as it can. Because immigration, they're very, very keen on few details that you can do, and maybe they found something dodgy in between. Always make sure that you're putting your application to the top notch of putting more evidence of what you're raising chances of your visa not being rejected. So apply, have good bank statement from someone who writes a good affidavit for you, and sure, if they get contacted, they will say, yes, I know this person and I am the one who is sponsoring this person. I'll be paying the fees, because the bank statement, it's a money that you show the immigration that it is sitting here in the bank. I have it. I already have it. I have this money in my pocket, and I'm very good. Because when you come here in Australia as an international student, you are not required, you're not supposed to work over 20 hours. And that's the reason the government or the immigration tell you, you need to show us money before you go to Australia, that you have this money to pay your school fees. Because a school fees here can be as very expensive as you can ever think. You can get a term or a semester, you're paying up to 6,000, up to 9,000, up to, depending with the school and the fee structure. So if you don't have that money, you can't pay your school fees, then you can even get deported.
So if you are an Australian, the fees obviously is cheaper, right? If you're a resident there.
Yeah. So if you're already here as a citizen or a permanent resident, you can apply for
grants.
It's called help.
Okay.
Heck or something. Yeah, heck or something. So of course, it's like the government pay for you the student fee. Then when you get the job, the government will not allow you to have your tax return, but you have to meet a certain wage for the government to take that money. Like, it's like they pay for you, then you work, then you start paying them, if that makes sense. So that's how they say, oh, when you're a permanent resident or a citizen, you study for free, which I think it's even in US, or I don't know, maybe Canada, but it's not necessary that it is free. It's just the government give you the chance to study and
Yeah.
earn, but they tell you, hang on, if you reach this amount of money, now we need to start taking our money back. And that
Yeah.
money comes in tax return. When you file for your tax return, then they're like, nah, we're gonna have this money back, because again, you already have the knowledge and now you're working, so why
Yeah.
not pay them? Yes. So when it is only when you're international student, you pay out of pocket, you
Yeah.
pay everything cash from your earnings. But when you are a resident here, then the government, they pay for you, then you pay back.
Do students ever get a chance to during their breaks to work more hours, or it's just 20 hours throughout?
Yes, they do. It's only 2 holidays for the first term and second term, because the break is very, very short. So maybe you can't really work more. When you are studying, you have to only work for only 20 hours. But when you are on holiday, as soon as you go for a holiday, you have to get a letter from your school provider. Then you take it to your employer and you tell them, of course, the letter will show holiday letter. It's called holiday letter. It will show start date and end date. So you show your manager or whoever is responsible for that. You tell them, I started my holiday and I'm good to work. Then
Okay.
whatever the shift they have or that, now you can work unlimited, because even every employer, before you get employed, they have to ask you, are you a citizen, are you a permanent resident, or are you a student, or in short, do you have a visa that states you are limited to work? That's the first
Yeah.
thing the employer, they ask you. So you
Okay.
have to show that, yes, if you are limited for working, you have to tell them, you have to declare. Always do
Okay.
the right thing. Tell them, yes, and this is, I can only work for this, but I can work more hours when it comes to holiday. And they are very, very happy. Australian
So
people, they are very, very happy to help you.
okay. So when you move, when somebody gets a chance to go as a student, let me take you a little back, a little bit back to Kenya now, where you started. How long did the whole process take from from the time you started to the time you traveled to Australia? How long was that process? Few months or a year?
Um, when you talk of preparation, it's not, I don't know if you're more into when I started psychologically or when I put in the application and
No,
now
no.
I'm waiting.
No, the application and the visa and now traveling. That just to give somebody an idea of,
Yeah,
they start the process with the visa. Now you have, okay, now we're starting from, you have received a letter from the school,
yeah.
offer.
You
Now
have paid school fees. You
yeah.
need to first pay the first two. Every school, they can ask differently. They can ask you to first pay the first trimester,
Oh.
which is 3 months, or they can ask you for two. Now that's 6 months. Others, they tell you
Oh.
a semester, which is 6 months. So every
Okay.
school will tell you, you need first to pay either 2 terms before you come,
Oh.
because that period, it is very, very important. Again, it is very, very important. The reason they ask you to first pay, it is because they know within that period of time, you're still adapting to Australia and
Yeah.
you're not working. So if you come here and you haven't paid, then you're not even able to raise that money for the next semester. And
Yeah.
those people, they now the school, they have to always keep up with the updates of your attendances, school, and all that to the migration, because the whole lot of you coming here as a student, it is connected with the immigration. They need to know, are you really going to school? Yes, you are going, because they are not there to watch you. If you are going to school, now it is the school that send all your attendance to the immigration. They update everything you do here, everything. Even if you change your course, immigration are always alerted, because the school, the moment they lose you, then they have to transition you into another provider. Now that provider have, it's like they know you where you are at all time, by either always updating your address. In case you change, you can always go to the portal and show, you can tell your school, they can update it for you. So yeah.
Okay. So you didn't tell us the length. Was it like about 3 months?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. So in my case, I applied on I would say like in a very critical time. I think maybe because I wasn't so much patient. I don't know. I was very young, I'm like, yeah, I want to go, I want to go. So my agent had told me, you apply about maybe 3 weeks to your school, so that of course they already have everything there for you. They can check and they will see you are starting school. But again, we had a conversation, oh no, you can apply anytime, then maybe you wait for them. So I was starting school on January intake. And now he had told me, you can apply maybe end of or mid-December. But I said, you know what, I'll first apply early because I got everything. So I applied around mid up or October, so that I get plenty of time, because my sister was like, no, it is good when you get granted earlier, you can always wait. You can opt to come here early, or whenever you get your visa, then you're good to go. But now the problem is, it was during the December holiday. And my application, everyone knows the government officials and all those, they go for holiday. So maybe by the time my visa was getting to be assessed, it was already on December. And it is one of those unfortunate, it got to a time I'm starting school and my visa is not granted. And I was really panicking. It haven't been rejected, but I'm starting school
January.
And it is not yet there. Now my agent is like, you see, I told you, they go for holiday and they don't care. December holiday, it's very, very lengthy. You have to wait until they are back.
Wow.
So this is also very, very important when it happened to someone, maybe someone who maybe hears this story. On my COE, confirmation of enrollment, and also my letter offer expired on the system. Like the school passed and I haven't been granted. So my agent was like, Susan, your school papers have already expired. You really need to ask the school to produce this urgently to give you for another enrollment, so that by the time the immigration agent, they are coming now to assess like your application, because I believe they're somewhere there in the queue. You don't know where it is there. Once you send it and you pray to God. So I had to contact school quickly. Can you give me another new letter of confirmation and another letter of offer and another enrollment letter? And they did that straight away. Within few days, I already had everything. Then I re-uploaded again because those were already expired. And by the time maybe they were coming for holiday from somewhere, that's how they granted me. But I have had people saying they can have as short as 1 month wait. But for me, maybe God was trying to test me how patient I am. Yeah. So I ended up having a 2 months wait. My agent was like, it is very normal. Even other people, they usually have even 2-3 months. But yes, that's how my story went, and that's the period of time I had to wait for my visa. So maybe it's good that someone maybe to do a bit early before school, or maybe to do right before school. Tell
My
Princess to
mic, I
do
can't
a
hear you.
video of
If you can
student
hear me,
visa
I don't
question.
know. Somebody tried to call me. I'm sorry. I cannot even hear what you're saying. Just continue telling us more if you can
Yeah.
hear me. Because I don't know what happened. I can't even hear you. Something happened. Can you hear me now?
I can.
But I can't. I'm saying just continue sharing.
Yeah.
I don't know what somebody called me and I don't know what happened. Now I can't hear you. But please continue telling us about about this about
Okay.
student being a student in
Okay.
Australia. I am so sorry.
That's
I'm trying
fine.
to get you.
Yeah, catch up with me. Okay, Mercy Tasha said, tell Princess to do a video of student visa question. Yeah, so Mercy, thank you so much for that. If you come to my YouTube channel, or even here, if I know Betty is more than happy to have me back, but if you come to my channel, I will do that very soon on my channel. But I'm not really sure what you mean by student visa questions, because there's not much of a question in the visa. It's more of putting all your paperwork together and submitting them to the immigration to help, like, to grant you with the visa. So there's no any. Okay, maybe if you are a bit confused with, like, maybe green card, I always hear this question, but here the agent doesn't even ask you any question. No. So there's no student visa questions. Maybe if you can be a bit specific, where in Australia are you? Yeah, I'm in Adelaide, or in South Australia. South Australia, it is our state. And yeah, South Australia, it is a state, and I live in Adelaide. So Adelaide is inside South Australia. So Anne Gatende, yes. So I'm in Adelaide, and we lost Betty. Are you back?
Something really, really went crazy here. I can't hear what you guys are saying. Please answer these questions for me, because I'm like, ooh,
Yes, I have. Anne
what
Gatende
happened?
asked, where am I in Australia?
Guys, I am I apologize, because something really went wrong here with somebody called me and they messed up my video. Let me
I
put
can't
her
see
back.
myself.
Oh, there you are. Gosh.
Yes. Which agent did you use? Oh, Betty, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. It's sorry, I told you I'm only the person that messes videos, so don't worry.
No. It's all good. It's all good. I have tried to answer a couple of questions that they are popping. Which agent did you use? Wow. I'll have to check on my email. I can't really remember.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, please, DD, is that DD's? Okay, DD, please come to my channel. I'm quite sure now I can see what people want to hear. If I'm not fully able to come back to back here with Betty, I will try and answer it there. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I can't remember the agent.
Did you answer this one? Did you answer if a student is able to work? I think we answered that one. We won't go
Are you
back.
able to work? Yes.
Yeah.
Anga Tender, yes, you are able to work. You can work unlimited, as many hours as you want during holiday. But when you are on school, you are strictly even your visa is written, you are strictly supposed to work 20 hours, because the reason is 20 hours, you are a full-time student. So you go to school Monday to Friday. So if you're school Monday to Friday, where are you? Like, you can't be at work, you can't be at. So you have to always work 20 hours, and 20 hours, maybe it's like the immigration, they tend to think you will work weekends, or
Okay.
maybe overtime,
Because it's only 20 hours. So
yeah.
another thing I want to ask you, and guys, if you have a question, because we're gonna end this video in the next maybe 5 minutes or so. Another thing I want to ask you is, being a student there in Australia, how is life? You're not driving. A means of transport, how is the means of transport as a student, of course, and also, do they live in dorm? If like you move from Africa to Australia to study, are you able to rent an apartment, or you live in at the school?
So that is very, very important question you did ask, Betty. Here we have everything, all means of transport. If you want to catch train, if you want to catch bus, all transport, they're very, very accessible here in wherever you live. Like in every few meters, like maybe 800 meters, there's a bus stop. And also, depending where you are, there's a train. Like right now, I can go to the city in the next maybe 10 minutes. I can be in the city because we have like, transport is everywhere. But the only challenge is, if you are not driving and you got a job very far, depending with where your job is and where you are living, it can be a bit difficult. Because if you have to connect up to 3 buses, here the buses start around 4 to 5 a.m. And here, every shift, most of the shift, especially, either working in aged care or in facility or in disability or anywhere, mostly they start around 7. You can't have enough time to catch bus and to catch 3 buses and be there on time. It is not real. And if you have to rely on catching Ubers and taxi, remember, you don't have that money yourself. You don't really have it. So you're wasting time. You're wasting money. If you get paid maybe in a fortnight about maybe 900, then you have to use roughly half of that money to pay your school fees, to pay your rent, and you use the same for transport. It can't really work. Well, some people, I don't know how they manage to do it, but either if you have 2 jobs, you can do it. But again, remember, even if you have 2 jobs and you're working 2 hours, 20 hours, that's fine. No one says that you can't have as many jobs as you can. You can have as many jobs as you can, as long as those jobs, they are strictly for 20 hours. But a lot of people, they take those few jobs here and there, maybe 3 to 4, as many as you can get employed, so that you can work more hours during holiday, not during the school. Because you have to be very careful. Don't mess with your visa. It's gonna cost you. So answering your question, Betty, here, if you can drive, the better. And you will be having the easiest life ever. Because here, everyone, I always advise everyone, if you come here, try save the very first 2 months to have at least buy. Here, cars are a bit not that cheap, not that expensive, depending with which type of cars you want.
Just
but for a beginner, for a beginner, don't look. I remember I bought a very, very cheap car the first time I was here, and it is not that I couldn't afford to buy maybe an expensive, but it is because I wanted it to move me from point A to point B. Then later in life, even if you want to buy that was the 100,000, then that's fine. You'd be good. But please, if you come here, just try to buy yourself a cheap car. Just to take
Yeah.
you to work, it is okay. And
So
life here as a student, sorry. Okay.
somebody is saying they yesterday they extended hours of students who work as caregivers. Is that true?
But yesterday, Masitasha, where did they extend? Because I don't know, I can't say yes and I don't know where. Which
Okay.
world? Oh, sorry, I don't know. Masitasha, maybe talk more about that. I don't have that information. But yesterday, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know
Maybe.
where, because we
Yeah,
are in
things
different
change.
states. We have so many states.
Uh,
Okay, 12. Okay. What kind of jobs are available? There are so many jobs here in Australia, by the way, guys. If you come here, don't look a job and just go. I'm not type of this. You know, the problem with people, I have seen prominent people coming here to study, like politician or okay, it is fine, but also people who are doctors, and then they come here, they feel they can't do this other job because you are coming from a very high position, then you have to come here and you need to feed yourself, and probably you have family back in Kenya. Kazi ni kazi, job is job. Go for any job you want. If you want to do cleaning job, there are so many companies here. You can look for job. Here jobs are so easy to find. Go online, Google caring job, you'll find a lot of disability companies, you will have a lot of aged care facility, you'll have, even if you want to work in a cafe, you know, a lot of people here, they come and they run only maybe to aged care. But there's also, you can work in KFC as a cleaner. All you need is money to sustain you, to pay your bill. It is not
yeah.
to look fancy or how. Here you can stay with only that work clothes for the next 25 years. You only dress your casual, either going to church on Sunday
Yeah.
or on Saturday.
Yeah.
So here you don't look like some clothes I used to actually go try to wear and hainitoshi, because either I
All the
haven't
time.
worn that. I'm always on my work uniform. So
Yeah.
job is job. Work any job you can, as long as it is safe for you to work. Even security guards, they are there. You know, come apply any job you feel it will pay your rent. Go for it. How is the
Okay.
work situation in lockdown? Yeah, so with for my state, because I know like in Western Australia and in Melbourne, it is very, very crazy the way the lockdown is working. So here we just finished our lockdown maybe a few weeks ago, but even right now there is still a lot of government regulation on how, you know, we will, like social distancing and this, wearing mask and that. So work haven't been easy. A lot of people have become redundant in their jobs. Others have lost their job, but the government here it's very, very good. It's giving people subsidies for those people who lost their job, but it is not free. You have to be eligible for that money to get. They don't come in your pocket and they put it. You have to apply, you have to show evidence that you lost your job. And yeah, so the work here is getting there.
Okay. We have many questions and I'm almost ending this video. So we're gonna make it try to touch on all the questions pretty quick. There's one from Sarah.
I thought in Australia you can work more than 20 hours through salary sacrifice. Well, again, depending with which visa you are in. And yeah, I think that's the way I can put it. How is it easy getting PhD scholarship in Australia? Maybe that can be very good if you have an agent, because agents, they know where to get scholarship. Myself, I'm not gonna say I know where to get that scholarship, but I know agents. If you have a good agent, they can really help you get scholarship, and yeah, get scholarship and get you coming to Australia. Chapter, what is the minimum wage in Australia? Well, I think at this time, the government, because of this COVID and stuff, this has been into a fluctuation. But what I know with the minimum wage in Australia, you get paid per your qualifications. Here in Australia, if you're working with your master's, you get paid according to that qualification you have. Because I don't really think you can be working with someone who have been into the industry for long, then you want to be paid the same with someone who joined with no experience. No. So you get paid according to your qualification and what level you are. Here you have to know your level, which the level is the qualification and the experience you have. Then that's what gives you. And contract, you can always, negotiate your contract with your employer, and they're more than happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Susie. Because
Yes.
this information, it seems like there is so much to share about Australia, and I wish we could spend more time so that you can share more. But because now I have to take my Kamamu to bed, it's 9:28, and tomorrow Darren has to go to school. He's babysitting for me. So guys, we are going to end this video. But before we end, let Susie tell us where we can find her, and please. If you have a question, you can ask. I'm gonna tell her, she will see all the questions. Tell us where we can find you, Susie.
Well, Betty, thank you so much for having me here in your channel. It's sure a dream come true. Thank you so much. I have seen so many. This is my first live to do, such a live. I've been mostly using, the other way of doing my marriage, about my husband and stuff. Now that I know what people want, they can always come into my channel. Always, if I upload a video, come to my channel, ask a question there, then I'm able to do a video. Because if you tell me what you want to hear from me, trust me, I'm more than happy to always do a video based on that. So come to my YouTube channel, which is Princess Susie Ealing, Australia. Subscribe and write a comment here from Betty so that I know. And and also my husband has a YouTube channel, Feel Good Production. Please also support my husband, which is our YouTube channel with him. If you come to my channel, you go under the channel, you see his channel. So we can always do marriage and also to help people on how to benefit, when you come here in Australia, what to know. So this is where to find me on my channel.
And because a lot of people migrate to Australia through student visas, I think, Susie, it's very good. It will be very good if you share so much about student visas to migrating there as student, because I have a lot of friends there in Perth, others are in Sydney, and they are students as well, and also how students some of them, they are with their families. So you can share so much about that, or maybe we can come back here and share with them. Or guys, if you want to hear more, please go and support Susie. Please subscribe to her channel. She's a new YouTuber and she's getting there, she's learning. You can always feel free to tell her what you want to know about Australia. She'll be more than happy to do it. She's an amazing soul. And
thank you.
Okay, guys. Oh my goodness, my kids. I know
it's okay, Betty.
Okay,
go to sleep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we are going to bed now. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.